Welcome back to the course plumbing. Today we'll be looking at module 7, building a career as a plumber. Now, we're going to be looking at Nigeria as a focus. We're going to be looking at turning skills into a sustainable, respected profession. So this module turns plumbing skill into career direction. It explains how a plumber in Nigeria can move from informal work to a respected profession through the right mix of training, certification, soft skills, networking, and professional association. The goal is not merely to know plumbing, but to build a stable, well-paying future from it. So by the end of this module, the learner should understand how plumbing skills are translated into a real career within the Nigerian environment. The learner should be able to distinguish clearly between apprenticeship, vocational training, and certification, and explain the role that each pathway plays in long-term professional growth. The learner should also understand how certification bodies such as NATEB, ITF, and NESA influence employability, credibility, and income level. Finally, the learner should know where to find mentors, client opportunities in Nigeria, both online and offline, and understand why joining the professional body, such as the Nigerian Association of Plumbers, is a strategic step. By way of introduction, up to this point in this course, the focus has been on technical development, understanding the plumbing systems, using tools, carrying out repairs, and working safely. Module 7 will shift the focus from technical ability to professional direction. A plumber may know how to repair a leak or install a features, yet still remain poor and unknown if they do not know how to enter the trade properly, present themselves professionally, and build credibility. This is especially important in Nigeria, where the market contains both trained professionals and many untrained workers offering cheap but unreliable services. So, in such environment, success does not depend on what you can do alone, but who you know, how you can prove your competence, how you speak to clients. So, for that reason, this module will treat building this career practically. So, we're going to be looking at the first, which is apprenticeship versus vocational training versus certification. In Nigeria, there are three main pathways through which an aspiring plumber enters the profession. Either you enter through apprenticeship, or you enter through vocational training, or you get certified. They are related, but they're not the same thing. Apprenticeship is the most hands-on route. It places the learner under a master plumber and exposes them to real jobs, real clients, and real size problems over a period that lasts up to 3 to 5 years. The advantage here is the depth of practical practice. You get to practically learn. But the disadvantage here is the quality of learning depends almost entirely on the quality of the master. Then we have vocational training. It's usually more structured. It takes place in the classroom and workshop environment where the learner studies plumbing theories, safety, just like I'm teaching now, measures, fittings, systems, and basic practical exercises in an orderly way. It is shorter than apprenticeship and gives the learner a foundation. Not by itself, but by itself, it does not produce the confidence needed for difficult field conditions. So education for the last one is different from both. It's not the same thing as training. It is proof that the learner has reached a recognizable standard. It validates skills, opens doors to better work, and separates the serious plumber from the informal untested worker. The stronger pathway is usually a combination of all three: structured learning, supervised field practice, and formal certification. Why the combined pathway is the strongest? This is because the most successful plumbers in Nigeria rarely rely on one path. They will do the first, they will do the second. So a person may have vocational training but may still feel weak on real job sites. Yes, you have training, but come apply your training, you cannot. A person relying on apprenticeship may become skillful in practice but will lack theoretical understanding and also lack formal recognition without the certificates. So a person who seeks certification without adequate preparation may fail the examination or hold the certification without the confidence that real experience provides. For this reason, the combined pathway is usually the strongest and most recommended. First of all, you will learn structured knowledge through vocational training. You deepen your knowledge under a competent master. Then you go through apprenticeship and finally formalize the skills by earning a certification. What happens when training is skipped as a plumber? Many people enter the trade through informal exposure only. They assist a relative, observe a few repairs, and after a short time, they begin presenting themselves as independent plumber. This may seem like a quick way of to starting, but usually create long-term problems because the learning is incomplete. The worker repeats avoidable mistakes, damages client property, and often depends on guesswork rather than system knowledge. The consequence is weak reputation. Such plumbers will be labeled as quack because their work will lack consistency and discipline. So, in reality, skipping proper training does not shorten the road to success, it makes it longer. Now, let's look at licensing and trade testing in Nigeria. Nigeria does not operate a single compulsory national license that every plumber must hold before working, but several recognized institutions provide trade testing and certification that function as professional credential. The first is NAPTEB. NAPTEB means National Business and Technical Examination Board. It conducts written and practical exams and awards certificates such as the NTC, National Technical Certificate, and the Advanced National Technical Certificate. Its strength lies in the formal recognition and broad acceptance by the government and many private employees. The next is the Industrial Training Fund, or popularly known as ITF. They promote technical skills development by training centers and trade testing. Its certifications are widely respected, especially by construction companies. Now, NESA, through its skills development, is also important because it's closely related to employers. A certified plumber through NESA often, this is Nigeria Association of Plumbers, often benefit from stronger visibility. Now, why does certification matters in Nigeria? Certification matters because it changes how the market sees the plumber. A cert- an uncertified worker may still be competent, but may have difficulty proving this competence to a stranger. Certification will also influence your income. When two plumbers are competing for the same job, for example, it is the one with the recognized credential that is most likely to inspire trust and justify a higher fee. Examples like corporate maintenance, real estate development, government contracting. They rather give it to a certified plumber. Beyond your income, certification also provide a layer of legal and professional protection. So it allows you to say that your work is based on recognized standard and tested competence. Let's look at some of the soft skills that plumbers can learn. Soft skills they can learn includes the ability to judge, or let me take it step by step. Soft skill they can have involves technical skills involve solving problem, but soft skills determine how much the client experience the plumber. A technically brilliant plumber who is rude, late, confusing, or financially disorganized will still lose the business. So soft skills matter because most clients judge plumbing quality immediately. They judge what they can see. Whether the plumber arrived on time, explained the problem clearly, behaved respectfully, gave a sensible smile. So in the Nigerian markets, many customers are already cautious of bad previous experiences. So soft skills, such as learning how to talk well, coming on time, are an important part of the profession. Punctuality, which is the first. This is one of the simplest soft skills, yet it has a huge effect on professional image. So a plumber that comes early is termed to be a professional plumber. Communication, ability to communicate what the problem is. Clear communication prevents confusion, dispute, disappointment. So before starting work, the plumber should explain what the problem is, what they plan to do, how long it should take, and what is expected to cost. This must be done in a simple language and not technical terms that could confuse the clients. Estimating. Estimating is the skill of calculating what a job should cost before the work begins. It protects both the plumber and the client. For the plumber, it prevents undercharging and unexpected losses. For the client, it prevents surprise bills and creates financial clarity. So a good estimate usually has three parts. We have material costs, labor costs, and contingencies. What the material that the plumber is going to buy, how much is going to cost, is workmanship and any emergencies. That is what the part of an estimate is. Now, how do you find work and mentors in Nigeria? For a plumber, this is very, very important for your growth because this opportunity helps you to elevate your career. So it's a mixture of online and offline relationships. So platforms such as GG, GZAP, Hirespace, Facebook, and WhatsApp can help a plumber present your services, display photos, and all that. So offline channels are also important. Building materials market, supply shop, real estate agent, properties manager, facility manager, posting your flyers everywhere is also very, very important. Mentorship too is also very important. Through respected master plumbers, trainers, or association members who can give you advice, referrals, and correction. Now, how to get found as a plumber? Visibility. Visibility does not happen by accident. A plumber must make it easy for people to remember them, recommend them, and contact them. This begins with simple but effective tools: a business card, a working phone line, clean photos of completed job, and a consistent name or identity that clients can recognize. Now, how can you join the Nigeria Association of Plumbers (NAP)? Joining the NAP gives the plumber more membership in a group. It creates professional identity. So NAP serves as the major body representing plumbers, setting expectations for conduct, advocating for the trade, and creating connections among members. So if a plumber trying to rise above the crowded informal market, this matters greatly. The first benefit of joining is credibility. Second, networking. You can meet people there. Third, advocacy. An individual plumber has little influence on his own, but with a professional body, it can represent the interest of the trade before employers and the government institutions. So, by way of conclusion, Module 7 has shown that a plumbing career in Nigeria requires more than technical ability, it requires a path. The plumber must decide how they will learn, how they will prove competence, how they will behave with clients, and how they will become visible in the market, and how they will connect with the wider profession. So, this module has therefore moved beyond tools and repairs. I have gone to why apprenticeship is important, vocational training and certifications must be clearly understood, why bodies such as NAPTEP, ITF, NESA, why punctuality and soft skills, communications affect your income, and why mentorship is also very important. A respected plumbing career is built gradually. It is built through structured learning, discipline, and order. So a learner who applies this principle consistently will not only remain an ordinary worker, they will grow into a trusted professional with long-term relevance and earning power in Nigeria markets. So that will be all for Module 7. I'll see you in Module 8.